For as long as I've been in coaching, motivation's been a big thing. And I think early on, I wanted to study motivation. You would see these win one for the Gipper like speeches, and you think about, how do I motivate people? How do I inspire people? How do I help people rise to the occasion? And I think more and more over time, I began to understand that a lot of it's not a motivation issue. It's a role clarity issue. People don't know what being great in their role looks like, and they're not prepared to do it. And so there's hesitancy, there's confusion, there's passiveness, right? Because people almost like shrink to their comfort zone because they don't have any sort of clarity on, okay, whether I'm a player on a field or I am stepping into a new position in the business, I'm not sure. And anytime that we are uncertain, we hesitate, right? We don't kind of pin our ears back and go. And, I believe that if you want somebody to give you the outcomes that you think temporary motivation can provide, and let's be real about it. Like, you can give somebody a pump you up speech, you can inspire them, and maybe they go out there for the first few minutes ready to go. They're excited, the energy's high, the adrenaline's flowing, but reality sets in pretty quick, right? Before long, they're into the rhythm of the performance, whether it's in a job or in a game. And, the skills, the systems, the training, all of that takes over. And so when you're trying to raise somebody's level of performance, I think one of the smartest things that we can do is help them get clear about what being great in that role looks like, what being great in this position looks like. And, there can be metrics associated with that, but there can be more than that. I think metrics are just the starting point. I think that showing somebody, demonstrating what being great, helping them understand with clear expectations, then they know. Our next step in this process is setting them up to succeed, helping them have systems in place and whatever tools they may need to be great in this role, to be successful. And if you are going to ask somebody to be a great salesperson, do they have a script? Do they have a clear avatar that they're going to talk to? Or are they really well prepared in what, this sales process should be? Do they have, an effective approach to closing? If it's a player on the field, if you're asking them to be a great pitcher, do they know what being a great pitcher actually is? It's more than just throwing a ball with velocity. Is it commanding a strike zone? Is it commanding multiple pitches? Is it holding runners? It's fielding your position. It's pitching with tempo. There are a lot of variables that go into being great in any one role. So we identify what those are. Then we have systems to effectively help somebody reach that level of performance. And then we coach them up with practice consistently so that they do reach that level of performance. It's not enough to give somebody a playbook, right? It's not enough to give somebody your operations manual. The best teams in the world, like let's think about NFL football teams for a moment. They don't just hand the players a playbook and say, we'll see you on Sunday. No, they practice the plays. They practice specifically the things that are going to happen during the upcoming week and maybe de-emphasize some of the things that might be in that playbook but aren't particularly relevant to the upcoming week. And that's probably where I think that, I know me as a young coach, I didn't have a whole lot of clarity on. I don't think I understood that enough. I fell prey to those win one for the Gipper type speeches, those locker room talks that, I think are exciting, and they're almost like the movie trailer moments. They're the things that they're energizing, but they're temporary. The better way to maximize performance is give somebody the clarity they need about being great at their role. Give them the systems and the tools to consistently execute at that level, and then practice it over and over and over until that becomes the standard, until that becomes really who they are when they step into this position. If you do that, the motivation stuff's just icing on the cake.